Welcome to CS120. This is week 10 graphics, and we're going to go over both the basic graphics editing tutorial and the basic graphics editing project. The turn-in and concept of how you do them is very, very similar. So let's kind of get started with that. We'll focus mostly on the tutorial, but we'll kind of mention how in the project it's pretty much the same as well. So first things first, we got to go to our CS120 folder, tutorials, and obviously for the projects, you go to projects, and it gives you the name of what we're going to call the folder. So I'm just going to copy it, new folder, and like all other things, everything we're going to do for this is going to go inside of this folder. So let's kind of look through it. Again, this is pretty much the same concept. Two parts, two different photos. In this case, part one, you're going to download this photo, and then you're going to make these 4 changes. Now, pay attention, it does want you to keep the original photo, put it in there, so we can just drag the photo in there. That is one of the first photos we need. And then we go into here, and we can drag it in to do what we need to do. So we're now on step 1. I'm not going to do step 1 for you, but let's assume I did step 1. Pay attention, it wants you to crop it, and then rename it the crop. So again, I'm going to copy that to export it, and also pay attention to what file type it wants, because it does change, eventually change, so make sure you're paying attention to that. We go to File, Export As, JPEG, and then I get rid of this, save it. It's going to save here. Obviously I've been doing this a couple times for examples, but there we go, it's cropped. Now yours should look different because you cropped it, but again, you're going to get it all there. And then also you need to pay attention to reopen the original file. So reopen the original file means you just drag it in again, or file open. Again, the point is to follow directions. So this one, make sure you do this correctly, resize it, all right, and then save it. And then on this one, you're going to use this file. So again, pay attention. This one wants you to reopen the original. This one says use the previous file. This one says open the original. Again, pay attention. But with this, you have the original, and you have 4 files, the original and 4 files. So when you're done, there will be a total of 10 photos in here, and you'll share it the same way you always share it, right? Share, share, you get it there. All right, for the project, again, the only difference is it actually tells you keep the original photo. All right, I'm telling you, it tells you here as well to make sure you have the original files, right? It tells you to do that, but again, it's explicit in here. Again, change thing. Make sure resize the original, starting with the image. Right? So again, make sure you're paying attention to what it wants you to change, what it wants you to call it. Then you're gonna pick a different image, and then move through that. Going through the different files all the way through. This one will have 15 photos. Again, if you don't know how to do something, like you forget how to do the bucket tool, or like I'll warn you now, when you go to do this, the first time you click, it's not going to look right. You'll lose points if it doesn't exactly fit the screen. So you can go back to the videos. There's very good ones in the photo editor. You can also go back to the lesson where I have my videos. Again, it also has the what it's doing, so you can watch this one if you need to learn how to do those, or watch this one if you need to learn how to do those. Go back here. This is how you play around with the background, which again, it does show you some of the things you need to know for even the bucket tool. Right? There are some things in here, so go back, watch the videos if you don't know how to do this, or Google it. The key is you are going to make all the changes that it asks you to make, put them in the folder, save it, and then for the project, you're going to make it in the projects folder, call it something else, and then go through and make the 15 images. That's it. Again, they're pretty much the same thing, just different directions. You're going to turn them in the same way into the tutorial submission and then the project. That's all I have for you. Have a good one.